Hi clan, I'm Max Peter with one more Bleed Dancer build. Yes, Bleed. We are going to play with Bleed for this Bleed Dancer build. It's a budget build, so every item that I brought here costs less than 400,000 gold in the market, what is really cheap, and everyone can do it when you just get the first ranks in the Merchants Guild faction. This is a build that I was thinking that will help people to get to the empowered monoliths of 300 with the cheapest way possible. Then this video is for you. So you're going to enter the monoliths, try to get those items. Here I have Axe and Dagger. You can see are LP tier 6 and all items here are LP1. Just the belt is LP2 because it's really shipped on the market, and the rest of them are LP1 and shipped in the market. Tier 6 and some tier 7s that are shipped as well. So I will demonstrate here the combo first so you can understand. In the rogue passive you have Disembowel that bleed stacks on third attack 5. Then I shift, I have one stack here for Lethal Cadence that will trigger Disembowel. Then I Synchronized Strike that will create shadows. Then I use Shadow Cascade. Shadow Cascade will be buffed to the Rogue Disembowel and will bleed every enemy 10 times because Shadow Cascade is a melee and a ranged attack with the shadows 10 times. So 10 times 5, 50 stacks of bleed just without items, without anything. More than that, Synchronized Strike has the ability to give you Crimson Shroud, so we can get 3 stacks with one Synchronized Strike and plus 150%. Here is the Crimson Shroud, so 150% chance to bleed, plus the bleed chance that we already have. Shadow Cascade has bleed chance. One combo of Shift, Synchronized Strike, and Shadow Cascade can place more or less 108 stacks of bleeding the enemy. And if you were thinking how to get mana, this is a thing that I will explain right now as well, because every build that uses Synchronized Strike consumes lots of mana, as you can see here. Then shift, and then my mana goes up. How that works? We have here Umbral Blades, and I recall them using shift, and I gain mana by Umbral Blade. So when I shift, there is an Umbral Blade there. Then I Synchronized Strike and Shadow Cascade, 5 Umbral Blades. Then I shift, 10 mana restored. Then we have mana restoration as well in the Swift Recovery, when I shift 12 mana. So just for that, I recovered 22 mana. That is what we need for the build. Then, knowing this, we will already do an echo here, Broken Hills. Take care with the laser monsters, they kill everyone. There are the gasoline enemies, so take care with the laser ones. And let's do this, and you'll see Shift, Synchronized Shadow Cascade, Shift, Synchronized Shadow Cascade, Shift, Synchronized Shadow Cascade, and repeat. Just do this all the day. Let the enemies bleed while they follow you. And take care with the laser monsters. One thing also that I'm using the stun ring, so I have to take care with the stun ring as well. This is a 200 corruption without idols. I can do 300 corruption with idols. As you can see, I have almost 2000 health here. And with the idols, I can go to 2600 health, and with this health I can do 300 corruption. So I place many health idols here. But let's explain the build. Passives first. Let's go. For passives, we're going to use 1 point, 3 points that we need, then the most important one, Disembowel, 5 points. 1 point here in Guile, we are always moving, so evasion 5 points and agility to gain haste. Then we get 1 point in Twin Blade and 8 points in Duelist to increase our dodge rating percentage with Duelist. We're going to use a Smoke Weaver in this build. You don't need Traitor Stone that are very expensive, so Smoke Weaver is very cheap on the market, so this is the option, and it gives lots of dodge rating. Look for the most dodge rating possible and reduce shift to distance. I will talk about the shift in a moment. But let's talk about the passives. Then we got dodge person thanks to the Smoke Weaver. Then we can stack dodge the most we can. Then when we start to stacking passive points, that dodge will also increase. Then we got here 5 points in Persuade for increased movement speed. 10 points in Blood Semperting's Blade. We don't need this point of Cloak of Shadows. Then 10 points here. That will increase global damage and bleed chance and poison chance. But we have poison chance and damage for our skills. Scarlet String will increase bleed chance, throw and increased physical damage. This is good for our build. Everything that increases physical damage, bleed, and ailments are good. Bleed or poison. Prison Shroud, there is 1 point only here. You don't need this as well, but it's here. Then Flash of Steel, that will give you damage while dual wielding. You can get 8 points here because every damage increase is good. And I place 5 points here and weapons of choice. We are using Axe and Dagger, and if you are using Axe and Dagger, you are going to leash physical damage. Bleed is physical, so we can leash from the bleed. There are two possible ways for the leash from bleed. There are some helmets and relics that give small bleed. There is the Xeric affix from the glove, but this is the safest way and the cheapest way to go. Or you can use Bleeding Heart Amulet and then change the Axe. But I don't recommend it. Go for the Axe. It's cheap and really easy, and you need this to survive. So this is very important. Then we got the passive points for the perfect stacks. So got perfection, and you're going to get perfection easy with the build, as Shift, Synchronized Strike, and Shadow Casket are melee attacks. And when you hit with them, you take 2 stacks of perfection, and with each stack of perfection, you increase your damage by 10% with this note here, and increase your dodge and armor by 50. We can have plus 500 dodge and 500 armor thanks to this. So this is very, very powerful. Then in the Falconer's tree, we get 5 points in Wilderness Scout, 5 points in Raptor's Wing, then all points in Stamina of the Rover for increased mana and dodge rating %, and then increase the damage with one-handed weapon for more damage, and here increase the area for area skills, so this will increase the area of the Shadow Casket and the Synchronized Strike. The remaining points, depending on your level, goes for a Wilderness Scout. You remove some points here, you can work with around 90 points easily in the build, so you can level up from 80 to 100 using this build. After the passives, let's go for the skills. The most important one is Shift. We're going to use Shift with Unseen Strike, so Shift can be a melee attack. Then with this, the combo will work. Without this, the combo will not work, will not count as one attack. Shift, Sync, Shadow Casket, so you need this. Then we go for Velocity for increased recovery speed and mana efficiency, and then Hypovolemia for bleed chance. So their next attack after bleed, after shift, will have more bleed chance with 150%. It will have more bleed duration and physical penetration with bleed, and will have always crit. So the combo is shift, Synchronized Strike. So Synchronized Strike will be buffed for shift. It will crit and apply 5 times 150% bleed. So 15 stacks of bleed thanks to this skill. If you hit the same enemy with all shadows. So 15 stacks of bleed, and that will also deal more damage thanks to jagged cuts. Then we go for 2 points in momentum, then get lasting presence and dancing shadows. So Here behind me, you have those points, and then the remaining points go for restore mana. Then you restore mana. With those here, shift will also shadow cascade, and those shadow cascades are also bleed stacks to enemies. So this is powerful and leaves a dagger for Umbral Blades. Okay, let's go for a synchronized strike. We have here 3 points and dynamics, get mana efficiency. We need the shadows to jump inwards, so the shadows will be near you. Without this, the shadows will be far from you. And then when you go for a high health enemy, you need to hit him with all the shadows, and then you click over him and then sync strike. So this will apply all stacks of the bleed. Then we go here for Crimson Storm and Razor Strikes. This is our bleed things. So increase bleed chance and physical shred chance. And also the Crimson Storm that will buff our next attacks for 3 seconds. All attacks will also have 150 more bleed chance. Then we got more shadows with Dark Allies that will increase mana cost. And really early in the game, if you are, you're not going to get this, like level 60, but when you get level 8, you go for Dark Allies. So this is very, very powerful. And the rest of the points go for Shadow Fang, so you increase your damage with Synchronized Strike. Remember, we're going to crit every time with this after shift. So this is something good. We don't need to increase damage with Foreshadowing, but everything here is well listed. And we don't have here other items like Nihilis, Shatter Words. I have them for my main build here, or items that increase points. So we're okay with it. If we have lots of points, more points, we can go for Umbral Assassination for extra damage with Shadow Daggers. The next other skill here is Shadow Cascade. So Shift, Synchronize, Strike, Shadow Cascade. And with Shadow Cascade, we are going to have the bleed chance here for grinding, 100%. And that will increase the bleed from the melee attack and the ranged attack. Then we go here for the ranged attack Dagger Dance, get the 4 points for 4 Dagger Throws. That is better for mapping. Then we get Dagger Flow for increased range for the daggers. And some points for Fray. I got some points here also to increase the damage of the skill itself, that increases a lot. And also important is to refund mana, so refund 25% of the mana used from the Shadow Cascade. And we got here mana gain per shadow 6, so we have 24 mana. With the combo I explained it to you, 10 from Umbral Blades, 12 from Swift Recovery, we have 22, 24 plus 22, 46 mana refunded in the combo. So this is how we manage our mana. Go for Umbral Blades now. Umbral Blades needs to be recalled when you shift. That will give you mana and will hit enemies nearby. But you can't explode your Umbral Blades, or you can't make them only 3. So you have to get the Sword Thrower that will only 1 blade with more damage and radius. Then we got Umbral Remnant, Shadows drops Umbral Blades. This is very important. So when you sync strike and shift, the Umbral Blades will be in the floor, so you don't need to use Umbral Blades itself. And we go here for this tree, where we get blades target nearby enemies instead of returning to you, and pierce them. Then you also, Umbral Blades will also inflict bleed on enemies, and we have here more 150% recalled bleed chance, and we have more damage with the Umbral Blades by bleed in the enemy until 45%. In my calculations, these Umbral Blades are doing around 4k and 5k damage in the final of the combo, and is a good damage and is more bleed to the enemy. And lastly, I place Puncture. I use Puncture for 2 things. The main thing is Mutilate. Instead of applying bleed, the greater Puncture consumes all stacks of bleed on the target, causing them to deal damage immediately and restoring health per stack consumed. So when you combo a high health enemy, you can puncture him to make all the bleed to be consumed instantly and then give thousands of damage to him. And the dummy was like 400k and 50 uh 450k damage. This is good. And then I use this for this, and to increase the speed we get rapid strikes. I placed more bleach things here, but you don't need, just mutilate and rapid strikes so you can do the puncture faster. Then you get those stacks faster. Okay, talk about the passives, the skills, the idols, everything that increases health. The best idol is this one here that increases dodge rating and health and has increased damage over time. The enchanted, then we can go for dodge, anything, ward, anything that would help you. I have here also one of the most powerful new idols that is, let me check here, health gain on kill and increased health plus ward per second and ward retention. So I have 2600 health plus 600 ward here. It's not suitable for, it's very hard to get those idols early in the game. Max roll like I placed in here, I just paid like 50 million in idols like this or more. And then you can start to look for it. But the main one for this build specifically is increased health and damage over time. Now for the build itself, let's talk about the items. The main item here is the Salt of the Wound, Salt the Wound. This item gives you critical strike multiplier, but the main thing here is this: 50% of a dead critical strike multiplier converted to physical penetration with bleed. Try to get this max roll it like me, 50%. I just brought this for like less than 100,000 gold, so very easy to get. LP1 is very easy to get. Increased damage over time, tier 7, also ship, and then go for Jura. It's a level 62, you can do it with a Jura level tier 2, so it's not that hard to get, and then make it happen. I also get a Steamied Fate LP1 ship on the market as well. And here I will start to talk how the build works is a combo. So to the combo works, we need then to have low cooldown. So shift cooldown is 4 seconds, and with the skill itself that gives cooldown recovery speed, I can go with this much cooldown recovery speed and sum it with Steamied Fate that gives 20% cooldown recovery speed, and the Smoke Weaver that gives more cooldown recovery speed for shift. And also I got here at tier 6 increased cooldown recovery speed because tier 7 is over the millions. Then we got a ship tier 6 here, max roll it 27%. And also cooldown recovery speed tier 6 in the belt. And we got here a Thornslinger, Legendary Potential 2. I was lucky and got increased physical damage here as well. To increase bleed damage, I need to explain this to you. Knowing that we are using Salt the Wound, we need to increase for Salt the Wound critical strike multiplier. And the bleed itself, it increases with damage over time, physical damage. So we need to increase in these two ways. So or we increase damage over time, or we increase physical damage. The best thing here is to increase physical damage because Sync Strike, Shadow Casket, and Shift will also inflict some damage. And if you increase physical damage, you are not just increasing the damage of the bleed, but also from the hit from the skills. So when you go search for how to increase your damage, first take physical damage, then if you're not fine physical damage, go for damage over time. So we got here this, and for the relic we have here a Ruby Dice of Sparks. It has chance of bleed on hit, this relic, the Exalted Relic here, and also some fire resistance. And I got increased physical damage tier 7, so increased physical damage is shipped in the market, get tier 7, and mana in tier 5, and the other two are messed. I was not able to get a perfect craft here, but it's already good to go. I have Lightning Resistance 4, Health Regeneration tier 2, so bad, crap relic that is helping me. Then we got here Carcinization of Momentum. Legendary Potential 1 is easy to get. This one of me is max rolled for attributes, 6 vitality and 6 all attributes. And I place it increased physical damage tier 7 as well. On the other hand, I have Heirloom of the Last Moment. I like this because it gives you health and 3 resistance at good amount. So I have fire resistance, cold resistance, void resistance, and I place a tier 7 increased physical damage. So this increases a lot my health, and I can cap my resistance at 75. For the armor, I have here a Woven Flesh if you're below level 8. And the main goal here is to have increased health tier 6 on it. Or if you can go for a new portent. I have a new portent with increased health tier 7 here that I was using before. And with the new portent after level 81, so a legendary potential 2 Woven Flesh is almost free in the market. And legendary potential 1 new portent is around 1 million or less in the market. And you can get them really cheap. And you go for increased health, so you can have at least the minimum health to tank the enemies in the monoliths after 200 corruption. In the helmet, we got Beneficence with Sync Strike tier 7. I have here a low roll, 33% only. So this will help you also with the Beneficence. So Synchronized Strike costs much mana. Then to help with the mana, we go with it here. The other ethics are on you, but I'm also bad here. I got Elemental Resistance, that is helping me a lot, but I'm bad. And for the relic, I recommend a lot Pillars of the Swine. It increases physical damage. It gives all resistance, physical resistance, necrotic resistance, all the attributes, vitality. So it's a machine of defensive things. Vitality increases your health, increases poison and necrotic resistance, all attributes, and the resistance it gives make it very powerful. And I got here tier 6 critical strike multiplier. So this is another very cheap item in the market if you want to get one like this. And finally, the weapons. We're going to play Axe and Dagger, as already mentioned to you. And for the deck Axe, we got this base here with chance on bleed. So I can increase my bleed chance. I am with bleed chance 198. So this only is giving me lots of bleed chance. I have the bleed chance here in the ethics that I craft tier 5. I have 88% in the implicit. And also a tier 6 critical strike multiplier that will increase my penetration with bleed. The critical chance here and poison on hit, you don't need it, but it's here. And they already mentioned it, Smoke Weaver is with tier 6 critical strike multiplier, so it gives me lots of dodge and reduces cooldown for shift. And then we have shift with 1.7 seconds of cooldown. And I don't need to wait a lot to use shift again. So I almost finished the combo and I can shift it again. So it's perfect. Without the cooldown, you need to wait and that will not work. Then let's talk about the bleed damage. Target for at least 1000 bleed damage here. The shadow, the bleed chance around 100% at least. And that's it about the build. About the Weaver's tree, I removed everything for 200 corruption that increased pack size and increased enrage. But when I'm playing in 300 corruption with idols, I can place all the packs and possessions, and also here for the enraged enemies, and that will make your monoliths very harder, but you have much more resources. Then this is the budget build that I recommend to you. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to press the like button, comment, and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you a lot. Bye bye.